Well, after Europe's heroics at the Ryder Cup last week, we're back to our bread and butter this week on Sports Spread. But what an artisan's loaf of tasty footballing treats we have in store. With me today, our old friend Nigel Seeley of Bet Butler and a newcomer from Reuters Sport, Tom Bartlett. Gents, thanks very much indeed for joining us once again. Let's kick off with the El Clasico. Tom, first of the season at the Nou Camp on Sunday. Barcelona facing Real Madrid. Fresh, though, from thumping Ajax in the Champions League, and Barcelona missing one or two key players, and not the key player, but Puyol and Thiago. How do you see it going?
Yeah, it's probably not a bad time for Real Madrid to be playing Barcelona. I mean, you think about the season they've had, the start that Real Madrid hasn't been a vintage start by the Spanish champions by any stretch. They're just starting to move, and we saw in that game in the Champions League midweek that they're starting to come back to their best. And Barcelona, while on the, as you mentioned, those couple of key players, particularly Puyol at the back there, that's a big blow. They were really looking to him this season, and he's going to be out for at least a couple of months. I think we're going to find that this is a really evenly matched Clasico and a cracker to get this rivalry off to in terms of the Spanish league.
Nigel, a win for Barca will give them, 11 points lead already at this point of the season. But as we just said, Real seem to be getting going. Is this all about Ronaldo and Messi?
No, not at all. I mean, there's matchups everywhere across the pitch. I mean, you look at Benzema's playing well. He's going under the radar. Ronaldo's goal he scored in the Champions League was tremendous. But I think it's a massive game for Real Madrid, isn't it? I mean, it's a huge Arsenal. Mourinho gets his sides up for these one-off matches, and I think in this game, and look at the recent head-to-heads, Real Madrid have had a better upper hand in these recent fixtures. So I think that they're betting on it. I think, from a betting point of view, I think it's very, very good. I think the value.
Who's going to win, and then how do you make money on it?
I think if you're saying it's going to be a very close match, I think if you look for the bigger price, and I think obviously Real Madrid at a bigger price, I don't think Real Madrid will get beat. Put it that way. If I was a bookmaker, I'd be happy to accommodate bets on Barcelona. I'd take them on. I think 9 to 10 odds on that kind of price is too short without the key players they are. Real Madrid 31 to 10, which is bigger than 3 to 1. You get 3 to 1 Real Madrid. I mean, that's a big price, and the draw 3 to 1. So from my perspective, I want to take on Barcelona. Right? So I'll be looking to back Real Madrid with a half a goal start, which means I get the draw and Real Madrid. Or on the betting exchanges or Betfair, I'll be laying Barcelona and having Real Madrid, because I think that the prices are wrong. They're built on history, and the momentum is with Barcelona. But Real Madrid know if they don't get anything from this game, they can virtually write the season off going into the early part of October.
OK. Tom, let's move on to the Premier League now. Pick of the weekend ties, presumably, Man United's visit to Newcastle. And Fergie seems to be adopting this sort of Kevin Keegan-esque, if I can put it that way, you might score, but we'll score more than you attitude this season. How do you see this one going? Because this is quite a key match.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right with that Kevin Keegan. I mean, Van Persie and Rooney at the front. You can score goals, but we'll score more. There's no doubt about it. This is a fascinating match. I mean, I think it's a big one for Man United. I feel that where they're at the moment in terms of the season and the fact they're building, they need to knock over a team like Newcastle United. We saw 12 months ago what they did in terms of getting to fifth in the league. They've got the form. Perhaps haven't quite reached those early heights, but Man United, this is a big match, and I can see them putting a lot of emphasis on it. And again, I find it hard to split them. I'll say a draw.
OK, and Nigel, as we just mentioned there, Newcastle won this one 3-0 last season. A good bet again with the likes of Cisse and Barr running riot over what looks a little bit suspect defensively.
Yeah, well, they battered them last season 3-0. It should have been 5.
But are they as good as that this season, Newcastle?
I think going forward they are. Defensively are not, but Manchester United are worse at the back. I mean, when you see the name Johnny Evans in the team sheet, you know you've got half a chance.
He's only half fit too.
Well, Rio Ferdinand's been getting. I don't think he'll play. I think they might play Scott Walton as well. So I think that's a key part of defensively. They're not going to. They're going to concede goals, and that atmosphere up there, the crowd. I think Newcastle are always a bet at home, whoever they play. It's away from home that they get they're down. And again, the prices here are ridiculous. Manchester United odds on 10 to 11. No one should be odds on to go to Newcastle. Manchester United in the form they're in, who would seriously back them at 10 to 11? I think you're seeing a change in the guard in the Premier League this season. I think Manchester United and Man City are nowhere near as good as what they were last campaign, and I think the teams below them have got better. I think Tottenham are a better side. I think Arsenal are a better side. I think Chelsea are a lot better side. So I don't think that you're seeing prices here that are priced up on last year's form. And at the moment, honestly, Manchester United are 10 to 11 away, and teams that come back from Europe, from Champions League game, always have a hang-up. So long, I know they're players and they travel first class, but coming back from Romania, Transylvania, is not. I haven't done the trip, but I wouldn't really fancy it. And then playing football, and especially if you could pick one place you don't want to go, you definitely don't want to go to Newcastle.
OK, well, we're talking about Arsenal there. Tom, Arsenal looking to bounce back after losing to Chelsea last week. Is a trip down to West Ham the tonic that they need, do you think?
Yeah, it's a tricky tonic. West Ham, I know, are riding high, obviously, after their win over at Queen's Park Rangers in their last outing. I mean, They seem to be coming right as well. Matt Jarvis doing the business for West Ham. Andy Carroll possibly back in that starting 11. We're waiting to get clearance on that, but it's a big match in Arsenal. They will be desperate for some more Premier League points. They've started the season well. They've had a good wins in the Champions League, but this is the kind of team. This is the kind of match they're going to need to win if they want to push in the league. In my opinion, I think they need to win this kind of fixture, and it's a tricky one to pick though, because having to travel down to the south is no easy feat at the moment.
Okay, and Nigel, the Arsenal midfield looks like it's all coming together. The likes of Arteta, Ramsey, Cazorla, Wilshere, all coming back in. Can they get that momentum going again?
Definitely. I mean, they've got the offensive team to score goals against anyone. It's defensively they've got problems, Nigel. They've got big problems at the back. And the first 3 or 4 games, you said Steve Bold come in and they went back to the old Arsenal. Their defending at set pieces last week against Chelsea was appalling. David Luiz had a free header and Torres got on the far post and scored the goal. And from the second goal, what they were doing at the ball, Koscielny was all over the place. Now, for me personally, I think if West Ham start with Andy Carroll figures in this game, team news is vital. He will cause that back four no end of problems. If he's not in the team and they play Vazte or Pacey or the Cole, Arsenal will win. I think Carroll's key. Carroll will be absolutely vital for him. If he plays, there could be a shock here. If he doesn't play, Arsenal will win. I think Arsenal have always done well in these kind of fixtures where they go away from home against tricky little places and always get the results done. West Ham's performance last week, don't look into that. That was the worst Premier League performance I've seen. I'm a QPR fan. That was absolutely abysmal. And it wasn't West Ham playing well, it was QPR playing appallingly down. But if Carroll plays, yeah, they've got a chance. If he doesn't feature at the beginning, I think Arsenal all the way. I think team news is vital.
OK, gents, thank you very much indeed for that. That is it for another week. My thanks to Bet Butler's Nigel Seeley and Reuters' Tom Bartlett. Next week, we're on World Cup qualifying duty as England face a doubleheader against San Marino and Poland, whilst champion Spain face France. I'm Nigel Stevenson. This is Reuters.